بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
This one concerns all of us, and it's an issue of great importance because it's got to do with death. It's got to do with death, and there is no man on earth that will have the feelings of the thinking that he would not, that what they return to. But that's our impression. The impression we have that everyone knows that one day. Well, we're not oblivious of the fact that there are some, of course, who may still be living under the illusion that, death is not real. But when discussing it as a Muslim, it's all about, it's about death. And that's become imperative to talk about it owing to, the fact that this question has been terribly controverted. Not, controverted in terms of raising questions concerning its reality or otherwise, whether it's going to happen, is that going to happen. But now we have it been revolved around by various issues. We're going to address it in the context of Islam. Islam, the Qur'an assures us that every man, every individual, every human creature of Allah will die. How did he put it? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Allah says, لكل أمة أجل ولكل أمة أجل فإذا جاء أجلهم لا يستأخرون ساعة ولا يستقدمون. We've got to analyze it together. This is one of the pieces of evidence that we'll be analyzing. Let's take this up. What's the meaning of this? لكل أمة أجل. For every nation, every individual, every setting, every people is hajjan, a stipulated time, a schedule, a departure schedule, or schedule for departure. لكل أمة أجل. Every nation has its own stipulated time. فإذا جاء أجلهم. Whenever it is time, once that time comes, لا يستأخرون ساعة ولا يستقدمون. I mean, it can neither be preponed nor postponed. It can never be brought forward nor backward. It can neither be delayed nor advanced. You can never have yourself ahead of it or behind it. And Allah is fully in charge. Okay, this one is contained in Surah Al-A'raf. That's chapter 7 of the Holy Qur'an. Surah Al-A'raf, chapter 7, verse 34. The message contained in this injunction has been reinforced in another injunction where Allah says, مَا كَانَ لِنَفْسٍ أَن تَمُوتَ إِلَّا بِإِذْنِ اللَّهِ كِتَابًا مُؤَجَّلًا. This contained in Surah Al-Imran. Al-Imran is chapter 3 of the Quran, chapter 3, verse 145. That مَا كَانَ لِنَفْسٍ أَن تَمُوتَ. It's not possible. No man would die unless it is his time. Unless your time is up, you cannot go. You cannot die. Okay, this is another piece of evidence. Let's take this, as the second one that will be subjected to analysis. And then this is about dying. Let's now talk about killing. Whether dying or killing, well, the bottom line has got to do with the departure of the soul from the body. The soul is leaving the body. The body is becoming lifeless. Okay, we have these two pieces of evidence. Let's think of another one having to do with killing. The Quran says in the same Surah, Al-Imran chapter 3, this time around verse 154, the other one 145, the one we read earlier. This one is 154. What does it say? I mean, and then this will shock you. Not shock you. You all know whether what in ولو كنتم في بيوتكم لبرز الذين كتب عليهم إلى مضاجعهم. Even if you keep all doors closed, all gates locked, and all that, those people, those individuals whose time it is to die, will have the doors open, will get the gates unlocked, will get the path, paved, and have their road navigated to meeting their death. ولو كنتم في بيوتكم فبرز الذين كتب عليهم, those whose time is it to die. Well, the implication of this again is that once it is time, this confirms the earlier injunction. Once it is time, you're gonna have it delayed. You're gonna have it advanced. Then the last one, where Allah says, أينما تكونوا يدرككم الموت. Be wherever you like, wherever you are, death is gonna catch up with you. ولو كنتم في بروج مشيدة. Even if you are in the most fortified towers, it will get there. Okay, what's the implication of all this? Is now we've been given the impression that to have among human beings those who have who are powerful enough to cause someone's death, and can be powerful enough to cause your death. A herbalist, a soothsayer, a fortune teller, or any spiritually elevated individual can cause your death, can make you die. No. Allah is assuring you, once you die, once anyone dies, it is its time. Yes, of course, you don't have to worry about those who lost their lives in protests, in accidents, who have their food, their beds poisoned, and all that, killed by assassins. That would not happen, or would not happen unless it is your time. Okay, you have specific experiences that would lead that. And that explains why I would say in Tawheed that Allah knows, for everything, Allah has the knowledge, its knowledge as a whole, and also has the knowledge of specifics. It has been written that so date so person would die. There are specific experiences or events that would lead to his death. Allah also knows. That he's going to be at the wrong place, and one thing would lead to another thing, just like that. He will have his food, poisoned and served him at a function. You'll get it, feel some discomfort, and then, you will trivialize it and would not think of getting seeking medication or medical intervention immediately. You'll go home until that thing, aggravates his condition, gets aggravated. You'll feel the need to visit the pharmacy. Get to the pharmacy at the end of the day, buy a fake drug, that one will exacerbate the condition at the end of the day. By the time you'll be taken to the hospital, should have been late. And so, but for the fact that he got a fake drug, he wouldn't have that. But for the fact that they poison him at a function, he wouldn't have that. That's harmful. The food, because the food was then poisoned. It's got to die through that means. And so leave human beings out of all this. No human being has the power. They will recommend you for it unless that recommendation is endorsed by Allah. That they will do their manipulation, want you to die today. Well, if it coincides with what Allah has written, you die and you will think the death has been occasioned or caused by them. No, it is Allah. I'll go through it again. Those injunctions. Let's just read it together. And I'll leave you to keep thinking about it. Each individual can exercise our intellect and arrive, at something meaningful. I'm going to retake it again. You لكل أمة أجل. For every nation is a time. فإذا جاء أجلهم. Once it is their time, لا يستأخرون ساعة ولا يستقدمون. They cannot have that time It can neither be preponed nor postponed. It can neither be delayed nor advancing. It can neither be pulled forward nor backward. It can never be preceded nor survive. You can't have it behind you. You can have it ahead of you. It was with that time. The first one. And they were taking, for emphasis. Then the second one. No soul would die. Unless that death is does prove Allah's command must be involved. Unless that is there, that death would not occur. Then the third one, I read it earlier. It says, why kuntum fi buyutikum la baraza alladhina, and this should be of interest to all of us. La baraza alladhina kutiba alayhim. Those people whose time it is to die, they must live to meet their death. It's a must. It is a must. Once it is not that day to not happen. So it is not that herbalist. It is not that man of God, that spiritually elevated man, that perceived spiritually elevated man. It's not that far. Those ones cannot do anything. They can, neither harm you nor benefit you. Everything comes from Allah. And then the last, Aynama kuntum aynama takunu yudrikumul maut. I think these 4 injunctions are very clear. So it is not expected of a Muslim to keep wasting his money, slaughtering rams, slaughtering chickens, slaughtering cows, because someone somewhere recommend that to you. That we can only preserve your life. You must do it this week. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your money. Yes, you'll be exploited because you refuse to really embrace Islam, to commit yourself to the Almighty Allah, to believe wholeheartedly in Him. Unless you do that, there can be what you call salvation. It's not possible. A way out is for you to commit yourself unto the hands of the Almighty Allah. Those ones are your fellow beings. They cannot hurt you. They cannot benefit you. Only Allah can kill. Only Allah can cause the occurrence of death.